All right, Haig, you're live. Look at the camera there.
What's up, Charleston on the water, people? I'm here with Derek, the captain, and of course,
Yeah, we got Mariner down here. Hey, y'all,
our
welcome
mascot.
back. We're on the water. We are out here competing with some wind and a whole bunch of other stuff at the moment. So we got Haig Berberian with us today. And what are we cooking today?
We're cooking bangers and mash because we have St. Patty's Day coming really soon, and that's Patty with 2 D's, not T's. That's a shout out to my wife, Moira, also quite a bit Irish. So we're going to make the bangers, which are Cooper River Farm bangers. We're going to make some mash, which is Derek's recipe, and we're going to have some fun with that. That should be a good thing for you to cook for the upcoming holiday, along with the typical corned beef and cabbage, which a lot of people do as well.
Yeah, so we're, like I said, we're back out here at my buddy's dock again. We haven't gone far. Having a couple different issues. I had to go buy another winch. Mayor, what's up, dude? He's wanting to get in the camera, but I don't know if y'all can see him there. Got a couple other issues. Had to buy another winch. We're going to get that sorted out. So if you look back here behind me, come on, camera, follow me. If you look back here behind, we've got the Wando terminal in the distance there. Is it going to zoom in? There it goes. So we got the Wando terminal out in the distance there. We're here on the Hobcaw Creek, and like Haig said, we're going to be cooking bangers and mash. So I was hoping my stream deck would work, and it doesn't seem to be working. So let me walk back there while Haig's messing with some of the stuff out here. Let me leave y'all with him though.
We got done peeling the potatoes. They're cooking. I think he's heating up some milk. We've got some bangers cooking. So I'm going to go check on those, and I'll be right back. So you've got a beautiful view of the creek.
Well, let's go ahead and show you the sloppy kitchen. So I've got a GoPro up now, which is new. So we're actually able to switch between 3 cameras. So Haig's messing with the milk right now. The recipe calls for some heated milk and a few other things. So he's got some bangers on there. Those are Cooper River Farm Irish bangers. Those are 4 to 1.
No, those are actually
3 to 1.
3 to 1 large hog casing links.
We lost that camera. It was working a minute ago. Oh man. So
It's starting to boil.
Let me switch over to a mobile camera. And this should be camera 1. There we go. All right, well, I had a GoPro right there, and for some reason it just decided it's going to quit once we go live. It's been keyed up.
You want to take a look at these bangers?
It's been keyed up the entire time, and now it decides once you go live, we're just going to cut off. So, yeah, let's check out these bangers.
Check out the bangers that are starting to cook. They're looking good. We've got the water is starting to boil for the potatoes. We're heating up the milk for the gravy.
All right. So did you want to talk a little bit about Cooper River Farm and the bangers and the other products?
So Cooper River Farm, you see the logo, is a brand of ours. That's the company Specialty Food Solutions. We have a couple of other brands too. We're very pork-centric. However, we've gotten into chicken items. We also make a beef item, a great beef Texas-style sausage, but today we're focusing on the bangers and mash, and these bangers are certainly made here in the U.S., but they're very authentic. They have nutmeg, garlic, salt, pepper, mace, and I learned a little bit myself that mace and nutmeg come from the same nutmeg tree. I didn't even know that. It's 2 different spices that are coming from the same tree, so little arborist information there for you. And the other nice thing is we've got 3.8% rusk, which we have to call cracker meal in the U.S. We can't call it rusk, but it's what gives a lot of authenticity to the bangers. And we've had a lot of good results. Of course, right now, all of our business is B2B, and we're selling through distributors to restaurants. executive chefs, and we're looking at somehow one of these days soon getting into a product where we can actually sell you, the consumer, product directly. We've got some ideas cooking, and Derek and I are kicking that idea around.
Nice.
I can't talk too much about the mash because that would be Captain Derek about the mash. He's got that recipe. I'm no mash guy.
Well, unfortunately, the mash for me, I got it. The mash for me is just a recipe I pulled off the internet. So we're going to explore that today and figure it out on our own. So let's go ahead. Like I said, in good old fashion here, everything's kind of a little chaotic. So I'm going to set this down with the pollen. Yeah, the pollen's freaking nuts. Everything's covered in it. We're pretty dirty.
Any utensils?
Up under the workbench there. So we are, like Haig said, making bangers and mash today. We have to get things settled in for you. I know some of y'all enjoy the live streams and some of y'all don't. The concept behind the live streams is I really want to live in the moment. I don't want to spend all that time editing, and I'm sorry. I think I can get you much more content if we get all this out here on a regular basis and bring you these views of the low country, and just do more on the water, on the food boat, rather than, you know, spending my time constantly editing video to get like a video out a week to y'all, as opposed to multiple videos a week. What's up, puppers?
Hey, buddy.
So we've got a little bit of chaos going on, but not much. Trying to get some stuff ready, but the wind just wasn't participating and wasn't cooperating with us. So we've got the Yukon Golds, 2 pounds of them in there. They're already peeled. The water's boiling, and we're softening them up. So from there, we're going to need a teaspoon or half a teaspoon of salt, 4 tablespoons unsalted butter, sorry, and a cup of hot milk, which is recommended to be whole milk, which is what's on the top in there. So we're going to go ahead and get these measured up. The nice thing about the Kerrygold butter is it's already measured for you on the back side. So we're going to go ahead and bring this in. Like I said, we're using the Kerrygold butter because we're doing a St. Patty's Day dish. Might as well use a Gaelic butter. So
Agreed.
we need 4 tablespoons of this.
That's all we have at our home.
1, 2, 3, and 4. So we'll dent that there and then open it up and get ourselves 4 tablespoons of butter. Into a bowl. Oh. There's that wind. Might actually have to tuck my shirt in because it wants to blow up and over the table.
Oh, come on, Derek. They want to see your shirt get blown up.
No, they don't. Ain't nobody wanting to see that. So we're going to do a half a teaspoon of salt. Like I said, typically I try to have this stuff measured out for y'all, but today we're not able to do that because the wind is not participating with us. So we're going to go ahead and get that in there. And then it calls for the milk. So we're waiting for those potatoes to get going. So we'll also wait on that milk before we put it in there. So that's sitting there waiting for the potatoes and waiting for the milk.
The milk's about 140 degrees. How hot do you want it?
I mean, it can come off then.
This is what I'm using.
That's perfect. The milk can come off. We'll just we'll put it in and let it melt that butter. So now we're going to go ahead and get ready we need 2 large onions, which we can let it melt that butter. That's only called for about a cup, so that's
Got it.
plenty.
All right.
This wind. This wind. Wait with me one. Like I said, sorry, we're a little bit chaotic today. No more than usual. No more than usual, but we need some more of this stuff. And it's just been a pain getting it all set up with this wind.
So Derek, what do you like about being in the food industry?
One, I like food.
That makes 2 of us.
One, I like food. 2, I think it's just very interesting meeting the different people all the time. And hearing their stories. And again, like I said, that's part of my initiative with the food boat, is trying to be able to share those stories. Because one thing I've learned with being on the water, traveling and all that, is the stories are always very interesting and very unique. I think, Haig, I might read the recipe out to you and let you do it, if that's okay with you, because we're competing with this wind and we're just all over the place.
At Specialty Food Solutions, we think that meals make memories. So we have a tagline that says, making meals and memories across America, because what better than food to bring people together, have stories, share stories, create memories. It's all right here.
Hopefully that camera's still working after the fall it took. So I will be holding this camera. And I will be reading you a recipe.
That I'm putting in this bowl?
That bowl there.
Okay.
So we've got half a stick of butter.
Well, I don't think it means a half a carry stick. So
No.
we're going to go half of carry stick. There we go.
All right, so we got half a stick of butter.
We got it.
2 large yellow onions, peeled, cut in half, and thinly sliced.
Okay, we can do that.
While he's doing that, I might be able to put the camera down and go check on these bangers, right?
I think they're okay right now.
You think they're okay?
Yeah.
of the way.
A really nice way to slice onions thin like this is if you get one of those little home deli slicers.
Yeah.
It works great.
I've tried a mandolin,
You can do that too.
and it scares the crap out of me.
Yeah, well, when you get too close, you might get a little flesh in there, but hey, bangers, mash, and flesh. All right, you want 2 onions?
It does call for 2 onions.
So at 9 years old, I was packing ground beef in my dad's meat store.
Yeah.
In New Jersey. And I guess that's how I ended up in this industry somehow, some way. Coming from a Western European Armenian family, like a lot of Western and Eastern Europeans, kids weren't allowed to just sit home and do nothing on the weekends. So at 9 years old, every Saturday, I had to get up at 6:30 and go to work with my dad. I got to work a half a day. I bagged ground beef in 5-pound bags. I used to make corrugated boxes and tape them for use in production. I'd get $5 around noon, and my mom would take me to the bowling alley, and I'd meet my friends who did not have to go to work. And then by the time I was 11 or 12, I had to work Saturday and Sunday, but I got a lot of experience, probably more taking care of people, customer service wise, than I did. I am not a butcher, and I'm not a culinarian. I'm just a lover of food and people and creating things. What's next, Derek?
All right, so now it calls for 2 teaspoons of sugar.
I don't want that to blow away.
I'll put that in my pocket.
2 teaspoons of sugar. I was dying today to say spuds down.
I know you were dying to say spuds down.
Spuds down! But
you can spike one.
okay, you said 2 teaspoons. Is that correct?
2 teaspoons.
1, 2.
How's it going?
Hello. Ahoy, mateys.
We've got the on the pontoon going by.
All right, salt.
Next it calls for 2 sprigs of thyme. Fresh thyme, it says.
You want me to pull the thyme off of the, or do you want the whole sprig in there?
I don't know what it means when it says 2 sprigs. So
I would
probably venture to say that.
I would say if you just pull off the, here, let me do it this way.
There's probably some people yelling at the screen right now telling me how I'm doing it.
Yeah. Maybe we're doing it wrong.
Russell is on the edge of his seat eating a peanut butter on toast while he's watching us make bangers and mash.
Well, have you all ever heard the term about, I don't know what it is exactly, about making or seeing what's in the sausage, which of course is a derogatory comment about sausage because so many people think sausage is not a good quality product, but I beg to differ. The product that we make is all very high quality, artisan produced, small batch. And just as an example, here's the ingredients to our Irish bangers. It says pork banger sausage, 3.8% cracker meal, which is another way of saying rusk in our country. It's not exactly the same thing, but it's close. Ingredients: pork, cracker meal, water, blend of salt and spices. That's it. Nothing else. No BHA, BHT, MSG. The pork is all fresh pork butts and fresh lean or fat trim. You do have to have some fat in sausage, but not an overwhelming amount. We make a leaner sausage typically than a fattier sausage. So I would tell you, I would love for anybody to see how our sausage is made. So I just thought I would say that. What's the next ingredient?
Next is 1 large sprig of fresh sage.
Okay. All right.
You sure that stuff on the flat top is good?
Nope. Probably ought to check it.
While he messes with that, let's get in here. Make sure we're good.
Oh,
Nice and hot. Nice and hot there. Ooh, that's hot. Ooh, that's hot. Those can soften all they want, though. The bangers are flipped, so we're good on the bangers.
would you like me to chop this up? Smell that.
It smells amazing.
Here, you
Ooh.
smell it.
Yeah, smell-o-vision, huh?
Whew.
Mariner
Man,
wants
that's
to smell it
amazing.
too, huh?
That is amazing.
Now, does that go? That's also in the banger, you said? Is sage in there?
There's a little bit of sage. There's a little bit of mace, a little bit of nutmeg, salt, pepper, garlic. I've been told by Irish pub owners and chefs that they hadn't had as good a banger since they were in Ireland. I've been to Ireland again with my lovely wife who has Irish heritage, as does Derek. And I have an idea of what it's supposed to taste like, and it's a very authentic tasting product coming out of the United States. What's next, bro?
Now we are at 2 cups of beef broth.
2 cups. But let's give it a little shake. Why don't we?
Beef broth's been part of your essentials of your diet, hasn't it?
Well, I'm a fan of the bone broth. I think it's really good, especially for a geezer like me. And what I've been doing is to watch that budget is I've been using beef broth and chicken broth and adding a really good quality beef collagen and getting my aminos and collagen that way. And I have to say, I really, it helps digestion. It helps your joints. I'm a big fan. We did the salt. We did the sugar. What's next?
Mariner, what are you barking at?
He's saying hello.
Yeah.
He's just saying hello.
He's getting excited is what he's doing. We got a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, which is right there.
Teaspoon.
Then we got a teaspoon of salt going in this one as well. Now it calls for a half a teaspoon of yellow mustard. I think just a squirt of that will do. I think the plastic's still in. Here's our host. His dock we're trespassing on.
What are you doing? Hey,
So, yeah.
permission to come aboard.
Oh, well, granted, of course.
How you doing?
EJ.
Haig.
We were just curious to see what kind of magic was going on.
Mayor.
We're making the magic happen. What's next? Captain Derek.
So now we have a quarter a teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper.
You can't have enough black pepper, so
No,
I'm not going with that quarter teaspoon stuff. All right. What else you got? Because you better hurry up. I'm going to keep grinding.
We got a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. See, bud. That's a nice Stray Dog t-shirt you got, by the way. He's on the phone.
You said a teaspoon. Yes?
Actually, no, it called for a tablespoon of that.
Tablespoon of balsamic.
Yep.
Next.
And now we have cornstarch or flour, which I'm assuming is going to be to thicken it up once we put it on the overheat. So
Yeah, so not yet.
So right now that's good. Let's go maybe check on the bangers and see what they look like. Let me get out of your way and let you get in there.
Oh, those are going nicely.
That looks nice and cooked, huh?
Look at that, folks.
I think the bangers can come off because we're going to cook the gravy in that same pan.
Yeah, for sure. Great idea.
This one working yet? No, it's not. The GoPro there decided it was going to work for a little while, and then when the pressure was on it, it decided it wasn't going to work. So let's work our way back to the bow.
They look good enough to eat, don't they?
Oh, yeah. That looks mighty delicious. Let's switch y'all up to the bow with Haig. Let me hop in here and see what we got going on in the comment section, possibly. Who do we got in here with us? We got Greg Russell. I think I saw Brandon in earlier. Thank y'all for tuning in. Maybe I'll bring the robot with me. There we go. Robot, follow along. What you need?
I just want to make sure that I understand what you want next. The potatoes are just about done and ready to be. Is this your masher?
That is the potato ricer, yeah. Or yep.
Potato masher.
Let's
Ricer.
The potato masher.
Potato masher.
If you remember from any World War II stuff, they always called the German hand grenade the potato masher, and I can see why. Let's go ahead and get this back in there on heat, huh?
I would agree.
Get some gravy going.
Yeah, because you want to caramelize those onions, I assume.
Yep. Let's go back to the kitchen. Come on, robot, follow me. Come on. Oh, watch yourself. That robot doesn't like to follow me that much. Oh man, it's smelling delicious, y'all. I will say that. Hey, can I let you in on a little secret? Bangers and Mash is a video I was wanting to do a while ago. And right before I went to the hospital with my diverticulitis, I ate like Bangers and Mash at 3 or 4 different restaurants doing research. So, next thing you know, I'm in the hospital.
Well, hopefully it wasn't Cooper River Farm.
No, it was not Cooper River Farm Bangers.
Bangers that sent you to
It
the
was
hospital.
not that. It was not that.
Well, it's
What do
good
we-
stuff.
So,
Well, the one good thing is, you've dropped a bunch of weight, right? And you're feeling better.
yeah, I'm about 20 pounds lighter, feeling
Yeah,
much better.
You look great. You're feeling better. I mean,
Yeah,
sometimes you got to take the hard road to get to the better place.
yeah, it was a hell of a wake up call, that's for sure. So let's maybe get y'all back up to the bow. I'm gonna drink some water. I tend to forget to do this when I get out on the boat. I don't know about all of y'all, but I know when I get out on the boat, I forget to drink water. Got some kids going by jamming. It is a beautiful, beautiful sunny day here in Charleston, South Carolina. We're actually over in the Mount Pleasant side of the harbor today. And oh boy over there is about to pee off the back of his boat. So let's take you over this way and not take you out that way. Did I lose the camera? There we go. All right, so now we ready to start mashing some taters? You think they're ready or?
Yeah, I think they are. I mean, you don't want them too soft, do you?
No,
Okay.
no, because we're still gonna have to mix some stuff in them, right?
Yeah.
So. This group's having fun. Can I get you to?
Is there a way to use that pot with the milk in it that we're not going to use anymore?
Yeah.
And I can scoop them out and put them in there?
Yep, for sure. There you go. Let's let y'all stare at some boats real quick. Mariner wants an attention break. He wants a back scratch. So we give the dog a back scratch when we want one. All right, let's see if we can rejoin Haig back in the kitchen as he scoops the taters out.
Yukon Gold.
We got the gravy getting ready to be made. Get y'all back watching some boats cruise on by. Like I said before, we're out here on the hod call today at my buddy EJ's dock. Y'all saw him come out and say, hey, Grayson, grace us with his presence a little bit ago. Greg's dealing with 35 degrees, snow and rain. That sounds terrible. It is definitely not snowing and definitely not raining here, thank God.
Do we have any potholders?
Potholders?
Potholders.
I got a mitt for you.
Amen. Okay.
There should be another mitt around here somewhere, but not seeing it. Oh, there it is.
Okay to dump the water?
Yeah. This is going out front.
Yeah, we're not done yet, but we're there. We're close.
Like I said, we're out on the hob call today. What you see in the background there, far distance, are the cranes at the Wando terminal for Charleston Harbor. We have a few different terminals. That is the Wando terminal. You can see the wind is blowing based on that American flag right at our bow. So it's been a little bit of a pain getting ingredients prepped and everything here today. But we're still having a lot of fun. Russell, not to rub it in, we're not dealing with 44 and windy. Same with you, Greg, we're not dealing with 35. So again, the offer always stands. If y'all want to come south, hang out, and cook on the boat, you're more than welcome to.
All right.
Looks like we are going back out towards the bow. Let me grab my camera and bring you all out there.
What do you like in your potatoes? Do you have a recipe for that? Salt, pepper, butter?
The potato recipe was this recipe.
Oh, there we go.
That we prepped earlier.
Okay. Did we put any salt and pepper in there?
Oh, there is salt. There's no pepper in there, so we
Are
can
you a
always
pepper
add
guy?
pepper. I am pepper.
You're pepper guy.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Again, that's just a recipe I found on the internet, so it can always be changed.
I should have brought the spoon.
Another boat going by. Haig's grabbing the spoon. Telling on myself, for those of y'all who paid attention to detail there, you can see that the peas that will be going part of this recipe will not be cooked by us. He's scooping the potatoes in the potato masher.
And mashing the potatoes.
Mashing nice fluffy potatoes.
Yeah, these potatoes are perfect. Absolutely perfect. Mariner, you must have cooked these potatoes because they're just right.
Mariner's ready to eat them. You ready to eat them, bud? Oh, he wants a back scratch. He wants a back scratch. So those of y'all just tuning in again, we're making bangers and mash. And right now we are mashing the taters.
For any of you that make sausage at home, we believe it or not, our process is not much different than what you would do at home. It's just a larger batch. And of course, we have industrial equipment, but the actual process is very, very similar. Good clean ingredients, good quality meat, carefully stuffing hog casings, and coming out with an outstanding product.
It looks good, huh? Mariner's down here hanging out. Always ready to test it, huh? He's waiting for something to fall off the edge there. We got another doggo coming in here. You got a buddy?
Sometimes a little bit of, crumbled bacon is good in mashed potatoes. I usually put a little bit of sour cream in my mashed potatoes, but this is a nice, simple recipe.
Yeah, I dropped the ball. Definitely should have brought some sour cream. Or that Cooper River bacon.
Yeah, we actually make a ground bacon for food service restaurant use, as well as sliced, dry cured, center cut, premium, no water added bacon. I'll leave it to you. What would you like to do? I'm not much of a plater.
All right, well, we've got to get the gravy still, right?
Yeah, we got to get the gravy.
The gravy's in here simmering. Might need a spoon for it. And then probably start thickening it up, huh?
Yeah, we should probably get that flour now.
That is looking good, though, huh? I think we probably got another 5 minutes on the onions or something, you know?
Yeah, possibly.
Let's switch all over to the front view, let you see some of that. Yeah, Brandon, this creek over here has a lot more boat traffic than that small little creek we were on when we were filming with you. There's definitely a lot more commotion out here. We got some more boats going by here in a second. Some more going by here in a second. You should see them. I zoom you out. Might get a spoon out, or a fork it looks like, and try some of this. Probably could actually use a little bit more salt and pepper. Probably can use a little bit more salt and pepper.
All right. Well, you handle the salt.
You'll handle the pepper?
You know I'm happy with the pepper.
Yeah, probably good. Yeah, I know you're going to go.
Yeah, I'll go until you tell me to stop.
He's like that guy on your salad. Say when.
Yeah.
Nice little.
I believe Saturday Night Live had Pepper Boy.
Yeah. Again, like Haig said, we were just using some Yukon Golds in this recipe. If you got a different potato that you typically like to use in mashed potatoes, please go ahead and leave that down in the comment section. Totally open to any suggestions, but yeah, that's a good potato.
Spot on.
Yeah, especially once we start putting that gravy on. that gravy's going to give it some more salt and flavor.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
so Haig, where is the plant?
So the processing plant is in Lucama, North Carolina, about 35, 40 miles east of Raleigh, right off of Interstate 95 here on the East Coast, and about 4 hours from here. And we have the ability to make all kinds of sausage. And as I say, we have a smoker, we have a grinder, we have a mixer, we have a great staff there. And we just pride ourselves in making these artisan, small batch type products that we want to wow people when they try them. We don't want to be run of the mill. We're not trying to be like anybody else. We're trying to be who we are. So,
So yeah, that pork roll we had out yesterday with Chris that you saw, that pork roll was a Cooper River Farm pork roll. Tomorrow we're going to be cooking on the master built, and we'll be cooking a Cooper River Farm pork rack. It's actually going to be crowned, and
it's time to try it.
it is time to try it.
Irish.
A banger.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Wait, cilantro.
Cilantro. And we're going to let Mariner get one too. Come here, bud. I do like that banger. I don't know if there's any sausage that I don't like though that we've made. Some in the test phases.
Yeah.
But
we don't roll anything out until we've tested it, tried it. In fact, everybody in the plant tries it. We don't care what level or what their core competency is. They have a palate and they're a human, and they tell us and give us their feedback. If the overall is that it's a good quality product, and Derek and I also have to understand if the market is starving for something and maybe we aren't fond of it ourselves, it doesn't mean we won't make it. We don't have to like it, as long as it's a good quality product and it's what the customer wants. So that's the goal, or one of the goals. We have a lot of goals.
all right,
Let's check on that.
you want to check on the gravy?
Check on the gravy.
We'll bring the flour in there too, though, right?
How much flour are we using?
Flour is usually used at your discretion, is it not, to thicken it up?
I don't know. If that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's a scary thought, leaving me in charge of the flour.
Don't be as generous with the flour as you are with the pepper.
Well,
there should be another measuring thing right there. See it?
I'm going to do it. Look at that. Excellent. A little bit at a time.
Playing the spoons over there?
I am. Yeah. Well, that's my other talent.
He's multi-talented, huh? Greg's talking about we make our sausage with salt, pepper, garlic, wine, and fennel. Greg is up in the New England area.
Oh, yeah? Where in New England, Greg? I used to live up there.
Greg, if you're in the comments, please feel free to drop it in where you are. Again, like I said, Haig's from the Jersey area.
But I used to live south of Boston.
That's right, south of Boston. I got thrown overboard there.
In fact, my adult food industry start was in New England. It was in Massachusetts and Connecticut. That's where I got started. Back in the day, 40 years ago.
Greg is claiming Providence.
Oh, no. Okay. Greg, I used to go to a warehouse in Cranston every weekend when I was a teenager for my father to pick up deli meats that he sold locally.
Only thing I know about Providence, like I said, one is the not Fire Fest. That's that scam that was thrown in the Bahamas. Is I think it's River Fire or Water Fire, and then what is it? Capitol Hill, where like Little Italy is.
I haven't lived there in over 30 years now. I've been out of there. I don't remember. I do remember in Newport, the Jazz Festival, they still have that. That was amazing. That was a lot of fun.
Federal Hill, that's it. Federal Hill. Like I said, my aunt and uncle lived in Foxborough. We would fly into Providence to head over to them. How's that gravy looking?
I think it's looking pretty good, actually.
I think that's looking really good.
I don't know that we want to put any more flour in there.
No, I think that's plenty thick.
Yeah.
I think that's plenty thick.
I think we've got about 8 minutes to eat.
Let's
You ready to plate?
Oh, we got Brandon telling us we got too much flour in there. I'm not ready to plate just yet. We're going to switch them to the bow view. If you want to take it out there and start getting ready, I've got to switch this camera's battery out real quick.
Well, I don't want to rob you of the opportunity to plate the food.
Oh, well, then I might have you cameraman.
I can do that.
Still have the festival too, yeah. That festival, I would love one day to take this barge up there and have it part of those waterways. I think that would be so cool. Obviously, there's much more work that needs to be done to this thing before something like that ever happens. So let me see and switch. Camera's good. I just put a bad battery in though, so let's stay with the front one. The battery's showing full charge, and then I put it in there. And it wasn't showing.
Hey, Derek, did you want these? Did you want them heated up?
Yeah, probably.
One can good?
I think so. Peas, please. Still not on this camera. Now it's on. So we will walk back out here to the bow. Get you a nice little view of the bestest good boy. Huh? Ooh. What? What? You wanting food, aren't you? So we're going to have to swap out winches later. That's what that's here for. The Spud.
Spud's down.
Spud's down. He's dying to spike a freaking potato off the boat right now. The Spud back here. Y'all are getting motion sick because I'm doing crazy turns. That Spud went down the other day, and when it went down, I think it busted the winch as well. Because I've swapped out the cables, but I haven't been able to get the Spud back in action, which is why we're still hanging out at my buddy EJ's dock today. Went and picked up that winch this morning, and Now we're getting ready to plate this up. Let me see if I can find a good place, because the sun is now making it a little bit more difficult. You can be casting a shadow there, probably right here. Probably right here. So we will bear with us momentarily while we get this ready. Greg's saying we would clean up with the food boat there. Time to upgrade the camera gear. Yeah, it's getting there. We're working on these different things.
Peas are almost done.
Okay.
If you just give me a minute, I'll pull them off.
Okay. So we are waiting on peas. Mariner's waiting for food to fall off the table. We got a boat landing across the way there. Bear with us a few more minutes. Maybe. I'll probably here see what we got going on in the comment section, if anything.
Here's another plate, if you would like it.
All right, so we're getting close here to be able to plate this meal off. My buddy boy is dying now, huh? He's dying to be fed. There.
All right, peas are coming.
Peas are coming. Peas are coming. You can see the boat. Boat needs some serious attention. I think next weekend we put out some content for y'all. I think next weekend is going to be a couple days at the dock doing some work to the boat, getting her cleaned up, getting her organized now that we've run through some different stuff. So now that we've run through some different stuff and put it through its works, we're going to probably take it to the dock. Maybe finally get a canopy over. I got to see if that stuff comes in the mail. And work it getting this to where it's much easier to film, get you some good quality content that y'all deserve, and make it to where it's easier to produce that content. Because right now, Brandon, you came out, Mike's come out as well, and there's a lot of work that goes into the behind the scenes that could be streamlined, and I think that's going to be what we're going to be doing at the dock. So if you come right here, see the screen covered in pollen.
Covered in pollen.
So we're going to go ahead and get this thing ready to create a plate. I think we're going to use that plate right there, right? So let's maybe go ahead and get some potatoes down first. Go with a nice healthy portion of potatoes, right? Get some.
I think that's Mariner's plate.
That's Mariner's plate. Let me get a spoon to get some peas on the potatoes. And then it's typically a nice healthy serving of greens. A lot of people will either do peas or green beans when they serve up bangers and mash. So there's usually a nice healthy portion of them. Let's get some bangers on there. What's a good way to present them?
Look at those bangers. Man, they look good.
Actually, we might pull those off and do a nice slice on the bias with them. Get them nice and ready to serve up. give that end piece to the doggo that's sitting here patiently wanting some food. Those will be hidden underneath the gravy. Good thing about Irish food is it's usually nice, healthy, hearty food. Great for cold weather. We're not in cold weather, but we are closing in on St. Patty's Day.
How do you think it looks so far, bud?
I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm sure I'm going to see a different way we could have done it after we're done, but for right now, I am liking it.
That gravy came out excellent.
Yeah. Maybe throw a couple bangers on the top, a couple slices of banger over top of that, and then call it a day. What do you think? Mariner's dying. Dying for another taste.
So, what do you want to close out with there, Captain Derek?
Well, we can't close out without taking a bite of this.
I would agree with that.
So we're
I was
gonna
hoping you would say that.
have to get a bite of it. That's great. Let me come steal the camera from you and let you get a bite. Let me steal the camera from you and let you get. You don't want to miss out on that.
No, I don't.
He don't either.
No, I don't. Yeah, I'm going to use the same fork. I trust him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So savory.
It is. And like you said before, it's a nice, clean dish too.
Yeah, so good. Very, very good. Great recipes. All of it. Well, Mariner likes it too.
Mar, what do you say? Mariner's saying, unfortunately, it's time to say goodbye. So we will be back out here tomorrow on the boat, on the food boat, with Chris Rowski as the banquet chef for Francis Marion, the hotel downtown. We'll have him out here doing a crown of roast pork, and hope to see you out there. Y'all have a great day. Thanks again for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Before you go, if you could smash that like button, leave a comment, watch it on the rewatch too. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Y'all have a great day. Making you hungry, huh? I'm glad y'all hung out with us. Thanks again. Really appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow.